and stuff like that. So whatever we can do as a collective pair of people, we do it, and we just want to make the kids happy, and we want them to know that we're here for you, as a team. BPD, it's big because they step in and they do what they can to make sure the kids are happy, and we don't want kids to be afraid of the police. So what we do is we want to make sure that the police are known for giving back to the community. They always doing it. Trey, INC, Great I Am, all of us get together and make things happen for these kids.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, Jasmine, thank you all. Merry Christmas to you all as well. I appreciate you. Reporting from Town Brown Village, Jonathan Skinner, WBRC Fox 6 News on your side. Let them run Good Day Extra after the break.
All right, Shalom. Call Halayim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock. Shalom to all you brothers out here pushing words of truth and sincerity. Now, what was that? The clip that you just saw was about a Christmas Day giveaway. Toys being given away, and the church was involved. I believe it's the church that was the organization. When you hear about these giveaways, I want y'all to recognize something. The truth of the matter is these giveaways are all a scheme. All right, they're all a scheme, and I'm gonna explore. We're gonna now, I'm gonna expose, Lord willing, through the Spirit, how that scheme works. It's a scheme, and the scheme is to get you Israelites back in the spirit of celebrating Christmas and defending your power and going off and worshiping Baal Berith by setting up a Christmas tree in your house, even though the scriptures tell you that's a pagan tradition. That's not the Lord's birthday. He was born on the Passover. He wasn't even born in the dead of the winter. And that celebration goes back to December 25th, Saturnalia. It's also winter solstice, one of the shortest days of the year, I believe. And it also goes back to so-called Saint Nicholas, who had nothing to do with the Christmas. Christ Mass means Christ's death, but it's supposed to symbolize his birth at the same time. It's all scattered, man. You have the Santa Claus, Saint Nick. A saint is somebody that is a member of the body of Yahweh Shah, of Yahweh Shah, of the church. However, the Saint Nick guy from Christmas, he has a red and a white suit. This goes back to shamanism and how they had that mushroom that the shamans would use, the red and white. It goes back, all this gift giving has nothing to do with Christmas. They could say it's charity and all that above, but what it really goes back to the practices of paganisms. When during the Dark Ages, Middle and Dark Ages, and around the times of Constantine and whatnot, to the Christianity, so-called as it was back then, had a stronghold of a lot of European empires. Europe and Rome at that time, the Holy Roman Empire. So Christianity was spread throughout the world at that time, and which was the following of so-called Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shah, all right, a Hebrew Israelite of the tribe of Judah. Hebrews 7:14 says, and Christianity was spread, but because there was so much paganism in the world, they thought to bridge them together by creating a pagan form of Christianity, and hence you got your modern day churches that celebrate Christmas. You have churches that celebrate Easter with the bunny rabbit and the eggs, going back to Ashtar, the goddess of fertility. The bunny rabbit symbolizing fertility. And so you have all these traditions. Even you have churches that celebrate Halloween. They give out candy, but they do like a Christmas version of it. That tradition of watering down the scriptures has been the amount of Israelites celebrating pagan traditions and calling themselves Christians is too damn high. All right. And what you have here is a mockery of what the scriptures was all about and what we're supposed to be doing. And I started off with that clip because it's we're gonna go into some. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go into how the churches are used to set up our people, and how non-for-profits are used to set up our people, which a church is a non-for-profit, these churches today. All right, so this is the non-for-profit situation coming back all full circle now. So the church has decided to be a non-for-profit for two reasons, many reasons. One, I'll give you two. The first reason is tax exempt status. You don't have to get taxes. Anytime you own a business, you get taxed differently. I repeat, you get taxed differently on a business than you would on your person. So you have to file two taxes at the end of the year, one for business, one for your own person. Your business gets taxed differently. There's far more tax exemptions for a business than there is your average citizen, your average person. That's why people own businesses. They can do the same exact thing without a business, the same exact money scheme, the same exact run the business without a technical business, but they utilize a business license, all right, or a corporation license, or limited liability corporations to form enterprises to be able to be tax exempt. Now you can tax this business and not me personally, even though I'm the one that owns this business. It's all tax code laws and preventing yourself from paying higher taxes, i.e. saving more of the money you make. Nothing substantially wrong with that, except the clauses that come along with it that might prevent you from doing the work of the Lord. This is where it gets ridiculous, man. And the scriptures say, lie not one to another. So for all the camps out there that are under 501c3 charters, I love for y'all to do some more explaining on how the 501c3 charters and the non-for-profit tax exempt status actually helps you, and how you utilize it to the fullest extent. Out of all the videos I have done, I've never done a complete analysis of showing us exactly why you need to be in the 501c3 charter and what you do and how do you utilize that, tax exempt status or that business. You're not going to do it. All right. One of the ways that in which Esau promotes his doctrines or keeps Jakes asleep is by giving out grant money. That's the other form, utilization of tax exempt status. You can get you qualify for grant money as a non-for-profit organization. For instance, anyone who knows this knows this. There was a lot of grant money given to any congregation, organization, non-for-profit, church, so forth and so on, that promoted the JAB. All right? Any group that promoted the JAB, you got grant money and were qualified for grant money, whether you knew it, not, whether you did it or not. You now qualify because you promote and you provide a facility for the communities that you live in to promote the JAB. Lie not one to another. All right, that's a no-brainer why a lot of these Israelite groups were promoting the JAB. Thus, furthermore, when that grant money hits for them to promote the CHIP, what do you think they are positioning themselves for? Why do you think it has not been readily promoted that the MOTB is the CHIP? Because that when that becomes mandatory, they're going to unload the grant money for that CHIP, and any organization, non-for-profit, church group, body that will service the community and allow and promote that will get that grant moolah. All right, remember it was $50K and up just to promote the JAB, and that was you might have had to do one video. You might have had to do have 5 people in the facility and with a pamphlet. That's it. All under the radar. We're not saying that you Israelite groups did that, but we'd love to hear if y'all did. Lie not one to another, right? Because it's all about communication, and it's all about Yahweh Shem Yahushua at the end of the day. So regardless of what y'all did and how we view it, we just like the truth. You know, if you say that's none of our business, fine, we'll go with that. You know, but we'd be damned if y'all lie about taking this grant money to further Esau's agenda. Now, bringing it back to the first clip, the clip showed you that there's a toy drive going on. That's it, and all they showed you was a bunch of Jakes. See, I already got the inside scoop from people that run churches. That's Grant. That's drop off. They done dropped off them toys to the church. They need this whole church thing to continue. They need this whole celebrating Christmas thing to continue. They need you Israelites never to wake the hell up. They don't care what you into. Islam, they don't care if you into Buddhism, Taoism. They don't care if you into atheism. They don't care if you into generational wealth. As long as you are not into the doctrine that is taught by great millstone Hebrew Israelites, they do not care what you involve yourself into. They understand the prophecies just as good as we teach them. And they know that the more Jake waking up is a problem. All the articles, type online, Black Israelites problem, Black Hebrew Israelites problem, BHI problem in America. Jerusalem Post just had an article, how to deal with it, how to conquer the BHI movement, which we don't call ourselves black at all. How do we know? Because the money, follow the money trail. Where's the money going? The grant money is going to non-for-profits that promote things that our people are wrapped up into. Philosophy, worldly philosophies. The scripture, Hosea 4:6. We are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Proverbs 1, the first chapter, tells you how long will you be simple ones, love simplicity. And you scoffers, continue on in these ways that lead to death and destruction. All right. The scriptures tell you that he that hateth, the Most High and his instruction, he loveth death. And so these are ways that cause our people to fall short, to falter, to be consumed and be destroyed. Ultimately, Babylon exists, America exists for one reason alone. It's to be our destruction. That's Micah, the first chapter, the 10th verse. Second chapter, 10th verse. This is not your rest. This place will utterly destroy you and pollute you. And how's the pollution taking place? The Lord is allowing apostles and prophets and brothers and teachers to be able to explain what Esau is doing behind the scenes and how this whole thing is interconnected with the Holy Scriptures. It's proven to us that we are the prey. The Scriptures say the prey departeth not. We're still preyed upon by our enemies and adversaries, Esau, Edom, who runs the world. He don't run America. He don't run just Europe. He don't run just Guam. He don't run just Brazil. He don't run just. He runs the world through economic policies, through WEF, through mandates, future government mandates, through world financial. It's all there. Through finances, through manipulation of currencies, through central banking. And so as soon as you think you're going to hit, you might find a guy and he's tough and he's serious about it. But once he hits his 30s and 40s, he completely taps out. Because you get to elevate yourself to a certain a type of understanding if you continue to go deeper down the rabbit hole. And then you find out that it's all bought. Everybody's all bought and paid for. So the job of a prophet in these end times is to do what? Prophesy, communicate the words of the Lord. Jeremiah 17:15. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. That's what they want, the words of the Lord. That's what they're missing here. That's what's being taken out of, that's what got taken out of the school system. You know it. When we were young, what did we do? Every class schedule. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, which stands for one nation under God, indivisible, under God. The first thing that went was under God. Understanding that we're not even supposed to be pledging. Right? Didn't understand that. But they had under God once upon a time. What did that mean? All right? What did it mean? That this was a Bible country. What did that mean? The Christian country. Because that doesn't mean anything anymore. The Christian country is the atheist country now. There's after school programs that are atheist after school programs that are allowed now to take place in America. We up on all the news. You can't confront GMS or Great Millstone with a lack of paying attention to and measuring the signs of the times. We up on the news. Brothers Got Show just called In the News with Great Millstone, North Carolina. Shout out to that elder. And we've been pushing wide to bring out the scriptures, the words in the news. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. It's needed now. As for me, I had not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee. Right? You don't run from that. That's a lifelong goal. And most importantly, the Lord said, you have been chosen to do this. You have been called to do this. This was a calling, an effectual calling. It's a spirit that leads you in a direction. That's why we know that we the spiritual people. The spirit itself bears witness with our people that we are the children of Israel. It's a spirit on our people. You don't see Arabs doing what we're doing on the corners. You don't see so-called white people, Edomites on the corners doing this. Right? Our people is on the corners on all around the world with the frequency of we are the Israelites. We are the Lord's people. I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. And that's what's coming out. That's the time we're in. The words that we coming to say are the Lord's words. And they're right. Jeremiah 19:14. Then came Jeremiah from Tophet, whither the Lord had sent him to prophesy. And he stood in the court of the Lord's house and said to all the people, these prophecies coming out. The Lord sends men to prophesy, say before it actually happens. And we're going to do what? Stand on our watch. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. We're the watchmen on the watchtower telling you what's about to come. The reason why you got free gifts going on right now is because they want to keep you in that Gentile state of mind. The gifts symbolize Christmas. Christmas is paganism. Paganism keeps you from knowing your power. Paganism, worshiping Christmas or celebrating Christmas and these different wicked holidays is proof. Is the proof that they need that you are not taking into this Hebrew Israelite understanding. You are not being perfected. You are not walking in the straight gate. You are taking the broad gate to get to salvation when the broad gate don't lead there. The broad gate, where many people go at, leads to damnation, leads to destruction. Ezekiel 2:3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, not the entire world and galaxy, to the children of Israel. Because the Lord chose the nation of Israel to be his peculiar people, to set them above the rest of the people, to deal with them. He would admonish them. He would correct them like sons, but he would love them. That's why he shows us so much correction. He doesn't do that to the rest of the nations. He doesn't love them like he loves Israel. But he sent us to the house of Israel, to a rebellious nation, meaning to war against. Who they warring against? Esau? No. They're going right along with the plans of the so-called white men. Celebrating every holiday that he ever, including the ones that celebrate our death. Columbus Day and so forth and so on. Thanksgiving. We're a rebellious nation against the Heavenly Father. That's who we warring against. The one that we made a covenant with. It says, and have rebelled against me. So the Lord knows. We know who the rebellion is really against. When we come out here and prophesy and say these words, we're saying the words of the Lord. And you shoot the messenger every time. You killed the prophets, O Jerusalem. Because you have a problem with the Father. It says, they are their fathers. They and their fathers have transgressed against me even unto this very day. And so how Esau allowed this to happen, the scriptures tell you that Esau is the one that has accused the accuser of thy brethren. Look that up in the scriptures. Look up Cain and Abel and how Cain dealt with Abel. Look up at Jacob and Esau and how Esau swore to kill Jacob and slaughter Jacob. And Esau was given a sword to kill his brother. Look up how they dealt with us. The so-called white man dealt with you Negroes, you Latinos, Native American. Look up the history of how he got into the land that he is and got the power that he has now. Look it up. See if the Lord hadn't designed him to be that way. If he doesn't fit the prophecies of Esau, Edom. that he would slay his brother Jacob. For they are an impudent children, which means stupid, and stiff-hearted, which means hard-headed. You're hard-headed and stupid at the same time. How do you get through that? How do you crack the hard-headed skull of a stupid man? Only the Lord has to do it. You prophesy unto the wind, the Lord said, whether they hear or forbear. We don't need some large movement with economics and finances. We need faithful men to return back to the Lord, and there will be a few that you'll be able to find in these days. And that's okay, because the Lord said it's only an elect, only a remnant, which means a small leftover remaining portion will come and return back to the Lord. And he only cares about a remnant this time around. The rest of the people he's going to destroy, just like he did in Sodom and Gomorrah, just like he did in the time of the flood. He only preserved 8 souls through the flood. What makes you think he needs every last of your grandmas, your aunties, and your brothers and sisters today? I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord power. So we're going to continue to preach and teach through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, and we're going to do it without the fear of getting killed, of getting mocked, without the fear of getting banished, without the fear of getting demoted, without the fear of getting kicked out, without the fear of getting fired, without the fear of getting broken up with. Isaiah 8:11, for the Lord shall spake thus unto me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the ways of this people, saying, say ye not a confederacy to all men to whom this people shall say a confederacy, neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. So we're not going to be afraid, and we're not going to be confederate, which means join together in a federate with the federation, with America. We're not going to be joined together with the ways of this world, right? Be ye separate. Come out of her, my people. All right? Follow not a multitude to do wicked and evil, the Lord said. Be not equally yoked together with unbelievers. Thus saith the Bible. So it says, say ye not a confederacy to them to whom this people shall say a confederacy. They say, we're a union. They say, we're a democracy. They say, we're together. They say, we're a family. We say, we not. None of those. And we not going to fear about it either. The Lord said, walk this way and talk this way based upon the scriptures. He telling us, walk, this is the way. Walk ye in it. All right? And so the job of our men is not to be sitting around marching and just to say we are the Israelites. It goes beyond that. Who do you serve? What's your powers' names? There's many gods of this world. There's only one supreme. What's the supreme God's name? That was the chance of the argument that Paul made at Mars Hill. All right, to the men that was discerning different religions. And he spoke about the power that the unknown God that they knew nothing about in Acts 17. And so it's our duty and our obligation to teach what exactly is going to befall this place, but also not to be federation with it to the best of our abilities. You work, you come home, you prepare your mind for the day of destruction. You watch the prophets of Great Millstone who prophesied sincerely, as according to Vocab Malone, the most sincere Israelite group out here. Also the most hated, the most feared, not in forms of carnality, but because the truth is we give the truth undivided attention. And each one of our members utilizes his Facebook, his phones to promote this word. And there's no grant money. We do it all through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua and take care of each other as they did in Acts the 5th chapter. Going back to the 501c3 again, the whole beginning of the clip, I showed you that, go back and watch it if you didn't see it, that there's a lot of toy drives going on. Do not be confused. This is not your people in the out of the goodness of their heart figuring out how to save money up so that some kids in the inner cities and the ghettos could have toys. This is the United States government passing out grant money that was saved for the specific reason to give these churches and non-for-profits who do what they say to do toys so that they can introduce and indoctrinate the next generation to what Christmas is. A holiday in which you get what you want and you don't have to give nothing back for it. A holidays in which if somebody doesn't give to you, they don't love you. A holiday in which if somebody shows up and they don't have gifts for you, they don't appreciate you. They can't just show up and enjoy the time, enjoy the love, enjoy the space. They have to show up with gifts in hand. What did you give me this Christmas? That demonic, wicked spirit, that greedy, greedful spirit. Grinch is trying to tell y'all the whole time, man. You know? Through the spirit. They've been calling me the Grinch in my family for years. And so the 501c3 allows you to utilize their programming of the next generation by giving you grant money. Sometimes they just drop, and this is insider information, they drop off thousands of dollars worth of toys to the churches, man. You wonder why they got all these toys? Aunt Jemima and them ain't buy them toys. With the Rolls Royce outside, they ain't got the toys. That's grant money, my guy. Stop being so simple-minded. This is all produce the next generation to introduce them to Christmas. They're going to do it again for Easter. Then they're going to do it again for Halloween. They're going to get free candy. Hoping that y'all come up with some type of program to teach the Christians in your church about the love of, you can still celebrate Halloween, but celebrate in a Christmas way. Celebrate like we do Christmas. Christmas and Halloween type deal. Because Halloween, they always had the giving out candies at my churches. Church is an indoctrination tool, man. Wake up for the elites. Though a long time ago, there was a conversation about separating church and state. For this very reason. The state would eventually take over the church and dominate. And that's what a 501c3 technically is. If any of y'all camps even speak about 501c3, y'all got to have so much, y'all got to go through so many measures just to even speak about the 501c3 that y'all are under. It is a charter. It is a government, non-for-profit organization, company, what have you, that allows you to operate without, under certain tax laws, preventing you from having to pay the tax as if you're taxed as a person. You are now taxed as a corporation. And so you'll get to save all types of money. We get it. We know it. Cat's out the bag, man. But it's up to y'all to be honest about it, sincere about it, and tell us exactly what kind of grant money they giving you, what they giving out, and be truthful and be honest about it. How much grant? You want to be honest? You want to be open? You want to be open? You ready to go on shows and talk about y'all business and keep it real and keep it funky? Put your tax statuses out there, but don't also put your taxes out there. Go ahead, jump out the window and put the 501c, the whole congregation, the IUIC, and these different camps, ISUPK, U2. Put y'all taxes out there, and whoever else is under LLC or non-for-profit. Show us what kind of grant money y'all got this year. And don't create no fabricated BS one either, man. Because we understand how that works too. We in a time of deep fake. Y'all could create a deep fake AI program to make the Apostle Hall say something that he ain't ever said. Voice creation. All right, they could put you in a place that you ain't never been they could put you on Epstein Island right now, man. With the type of AI technologies out there. You could put the whole IUIC on Epstein Island with the marching with the deep fake days now, man. So you got to have honesty. You got to promote truthfulness, man. You know, and that's through the spirit. Why we GMS don't really mix it up with too many camps. We just don't do that. We don't have no unity camps, man. All right, we're not under the same frequency, man. We're not keeping to the same thing. So, you know, I brought this out. This video is edifying. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna close it up. You know, through the spirit, I just wanted to bring that out, and may y'all brothers be edified, of course. Till next time, shalom.